if that is how they choose to respond, you cannot be held responsible for your actions, quite frankly.
Right.
And if they're going to come back to you with antagonistic behaviour, fine, you can be antagonistic back, because as Oscar Wilde said, a gentleman is never unknowingly rude. So as long as you know that you are being rude, I think it's fine. But they set the tone. Treat others how you want to be treated. But if they go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, fine, problem sorted.
What's the biggest public spat you've ever had? William, can we hit you with some...
Don't hit me. I thought this was going well.
With some sort of like quick, not quick fire, but like sort of commonly asked...
Quicker paced.
No, I love the pace. I love your pace.
Fine,
I love what you're about. But just sort of more like...
Thank you for that ringing endorsement. That's very nice.
I love what you're about. What are they called? Commonly asked questions.
Yes.
Frequently asked.
FAQs.
FAQs.
Yes.
Plane seats. I saw you speak about this on the Wired interview you did.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I thought it was quite fascinating, your take on it. So I'm just going to ask you the same thing. Is it ever okay to recline your seat on a plane?
Of course it is, but not during meal service. So if there is a meal service going on, even if you have not had the meal service because you want to get to sleep quickly, you can't. So you wait for the meal service to be cleared, you turn around to check that someone's not on their laptop, or sometimes people slump forward and sleep like that, and that actually reclining your seat is not going to injure them. You sort of make eye contact with them, you give them that slight like, sorry, but yeah. And slowly recline your seat.
What if you fall asleep before meal service? Already reclined? Or do you,
No,
you can't
can't.
recline until... But sometimes meal service isn't for a while.
Yeah, but I see. I'm starting to think I am polite, because that's what I do. I think I don't even have meals on planes. I just want to sleep straight away. But I won't do it.
Sometimes I just don't recline at all because I feel too uncomfortable doing
get
it.
that.
I just feel
Get
bad.
it back.
I feel bad. Look, last time I went on a plane with him, someone used my footwell for their bag and I didn't say anything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm a weak man.
Yeah, no, you need to.
Honestly, it was so uncomfortable.
Yes,
because I had a bag as well.
I mean, well done for sort of allowing. I say allowing that. I don't know.
It's beta. They call it beta.
Yes,
Beta bitch.
Beta.
I'm a beta bitch.
Okay.
Some woman had her hair over my screen at one point.
And what'd you do?
Played with it.
Played with it?
Just like moving it a little bit, like
I'm trying to watch Thor.
I wanted her to think there was a fly in her hair.
You wanted her to think there's a flaw, so she'd go, oh.
Yeah, so she'd go, I'll do it.
So you're genuinely flicking her hair?
Yeah.
That's quite weird.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to cut it off, but I would, because I don't have scissors on aircraft because they've been removed for security.
The only reason.
But,
bite it off.
Yeah, I would probably say, I'd say, I'm sorry, your hair's in the way.
I could never, ever have any kind of public conflict with anyone.
Yeah, why can't we just go, excuse me, sorry, but your hair is just over my screen, do you mind?
I don't know.
Like, that feels so normal to do, but when you're in that situation...
And because I think you have to... And then if that person responded with, well, what's it to you? Or, anything, then if that is how they choose to respond, you cannot be held responsible for your actions, quite frankly.
Right.
And if they're going to come back to you with antagonistic behaviour, fine, you can be antagonistic back, because as Oscar Wilde said, a gentleman is never unknowingly rude. So as long as you know that you are being rude, I think it's fine. But they set the tone. Treat others how you want to be treated. But if they go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, fine, problem sorted.
What's the biggest public spat you've ever had?
The biggest public spat?
Like, have you ever had an argument with someone?
Well, I mean, if you ask this to Jordan, who I do the Xted podcast with, he would say that my husband, Mikey, and I are always having arguments. We're not. It was because one listener once saw us on the tube and we had disagreed about something. And wrote into the podcast. I was going to say hello to William, but he was clearly having an argument with Mikey. And this, Jordan, has changed into William and Mikey argue in public, which makes it sound, like something out of Coronation Street, which we're not. So I don't really argue in public very often.
Okay.
I try not to get into those.
What was that argument over?
I literally can't. I mean, probably we had left the house late is probably, and that is going to set me up.
I hate that more than anything.
Yeah.
That I spend my life waiting for Fiona to get ready. She knows what time we have to leave. I find it incredibly rude when people aren't on time. My nan has said to me once that back in the day, she would purposely be late to things because it's rude to be on time.
I mean, there's about a 10 to 15 minute window, but yeah.
Is there?
Yeah. It's generational. So I think probably with your grandmother's generation, probably yes. I think with our generation, it's dying. And Gen Z, I think it'll be dead. But basically, if I said to you, come for dinner at 7:30 back in the day, you as a guest would turn up 7:40, 7:45. Didn't mean we're eating at 7:30. It means arrive from. And actually, to be fair, as a host, that sort of 10-minute grace is quite nice because you just like have just an extra 10 minutes just to breathe, have a gin and tonic, take the cling film off the horseradish or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I'm always doing that.
Exactly. Yeah. You feel my pain. Do all those things. Whereas I think our generation, if I said you come for 7:30, you're probably going to turn up at 7:30, give or take a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd turn up late, but to be sort of cool about it.
But,
Yeah.
So what time are you turning up?
Well,
So, I'm not. What?
we went to Robbie Knox's for a roast recently.
Yes.
I was uncomfortably. I got there 5 minutes early, which I felt awkward
That's
doing.
Weird. That.
They won't be ready.
No,
No.
Alfie was about 10 minutes late, and then you were about 40 minutes after us.
He said, "Come any time from 3. We'll be eating at 4."
So you got there about
I
10
got there
to
at 3:45.
Well, that's fine. He set those parameters. You were still there before. I probably wouldn't as a host if they come any time. I'd go 3 o'clock.
So really, Robbie's fault.
Also, who has a roast in the middle of the day? At lunch or at dinner?
Yeah, this was our problem.
It was a weird time. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
a weird
Is the
time.
no man's land of when none of us are eating?
I do like a Sunday roast in the middle of the day, though. It breaks up the day.
Lunch or dinner?
Right.
No.
What do you mean it
In
breaks
my-
up the day?
Football's till 12.
Oh,
No? You ever played football?
have I ever played football? Yes, but with comic consequences. I'm not a big sportsman.
See, there's even etiquette on the football pitch, though, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely. That is where my expertise ends, but I'm told there is.
Yeah. Like you can. Some of the stuff that people say to each other on a football pitch is the worst thing ever. People go at my teeth a lot. Like, people say like they seem to know a lot about me through this podcast. So I'll turn up on a Sunday, play against some random village, and they'll go at my teeth. They'll go at my height.
What's wrong with your teeth?
Big, fake veneers.
Are they fake?
Can you not tell?
Well, I can now, but I couldn't originally.
But on the football pitch, you kind of like you're supposed to go at like the most whatever somebody's insecurity is. You're supposed to go at it. So if there's like a short person, you call them short. Tall person, ugly, ginger, alcoholic mother, stuff like that. And then at the end, the etiquette is you always shake their hand at the end.
Yes, well, that's polite. I mean, I'd probably finesse out the abuse.
Although the other day I went to shake someone's hand and he slapped it away and punched me in the side of the face.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. It's all right. We're from different worlds.
Well, I hope you punched him back.
What did you do?
I just went, that is most unpleasant. And I'll be having words with Mr. Hanson about this in the forthcoming
I'm gonna
weeks.
punch him for you.
Right, what other questions shall we pick from our list here, Stephen?
What's the etiquette around tipping after a meal?
Oh, well, I see in this country we're so bad with tipping, but I also think because sort of most restaurants now it's included in the bill, so you sort of don't need to. There's this service charge of 12.5 or now 13.5. It's gone up.
Has it gone up?
If you look, most restaurants, particularly in the big cities, 13.5.
Wow.
Some places 15.
Blimey.
I know, just call us America.
Yeah.
But I would say if there's no service charge, then you would just 10% is fine. It's only 0.25 or 0.35 because of the credit card fees. So if you are leaving cash as a tip, 10% is fine.
Okay. The queues? I can't get my words up. I was thinking of a pub and the singular queues that we now start seeing. Have you seen this?
Yeah, because of COVID and Gen Z. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that
I
why?
think that's why, because we had to queue like that for COVID. And Gen Z, who again, that was their first time in pubs, are going, well, that's how you queue in a pub because they don't know any different.
I think Gen Z are having too much of a cultural shift.
That's COVID, though, isn't it?
That's COVID for you. Yeah, you can't blame them on. You can't blame that on them.
Are they even? Are they old enough to be in pubs?
Well, they are now. Some of them. I mean, some of them aren't.
Right.
But Yes, it's normally at a pub. It's a horizontal queue.
Yeah.
And it's a queue almost by the bartender decides who's coming next.
Yeah, and I think the queue, the singular queue that we're seeing start now, seems more apt when it comes to etiquette. Like there's a formal.
It's very democratic. It's quite very straightforward. Just first come, first serve.
Yeah.
I like that because I struggle at a bar.
Oh, you
People
like
don't look
it?
people don't look at me in bars. I refuse to go. I go or in bars. To be fair, it's normally table service, but in pubs, then I will go. No, you're going. I can't do it. Other than my friends.
What do you mean they don't look at you at the?
I will stand there and I look. I'm invisible.
Really?
Yes.
That maybe because they think you're gonna order like some fancy drink. They can't be asked to make a martini.
Quite. No, but in a bar, I'd be gin and tonic. I wouldn't order a martini. In a pub, sorry, I'd order a gin and tonic. I would order a martini in a bar.
Right. Is there a certain way to make a cup of tea?
Yes. Depends on the strength of the leaf and how strong you like it.
How do I know what the strength of PG tips?
Well, that's quite a strong... I think it's an
Is
accent.
it?
Yeah.
I'm into strong tea.
Yeah, that is quite strong.
I'm impressed myself there.
Not
actually.
necessarily... the
Good.
most sophisticated of brands, but
We can go Yorkshire.
Lots of people like it. Yes, exactly. My husband is from Yorkshire. We drink. He drinks Yorkshire tea. I don't really drink tea, but
That goes against everything.
sorry, I know I'm a coffee person.
Wow.
But in Britain, we've been drinking coffee for longer than we've been drinking tea.
Yeah, but still, your tea and scones.
I will have if I'm going for afternoon tea. I will have Darjeeling, which is normally a black tea.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Darjeeling.
Darjeeling tea.
Is it scones or scones?
Scones.
Okay.
What did I say?
You said
Scones,
scones.
yeah.
Did I?
I just don't know what's what.
I will say I think the most pointless discussion ever made in human history is what goes first on a scone.
Yeah.
You agree?
Oh, completely agree.
I like you. I like you
It
so
only
much.
matters in Cornwall or Devon. We should just say for any of your Cornish or Devonian listeners, that's generally where clotted cream comes from. And obviously Cornwall and Devon sort of famously hate each other and just find ways to slag off the other county. And I think the cream jam thing is sort of their version of it's sort of the most famous version of that. In Cornwall, they insist the cream goes on last. In Devon, they say the cream goes on first. If you're having a scone in London, Gloucestershire, Bristol, Norwich, do it however you like. Doesn't really matter.
All goes in your gob, doesn't it?
I was about to say those very words.
with the tea thing,
Yes.
when do you put the milk in?
Last.
Last.
I'll go first.
Do you?
Get it in. Get it done. Back in the fridge.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I'm putting it in, putting it down. Yeah, water in. Then got to put it in the fridge. Yeah.
Why do you not just get it out of the fridge once you need to do it?
I just think it's a weird way to do it, mate.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we beg to differ.
Is there a sign?
I mean, I don't have milk in my tea. Darjeeling is drunk black, so I have neither.
Are you just making up words? No. Darjeeling.
Darjeeling, I can assure you at least 3 of your listeners will know what Darjeeling is.
That's half of them then.
Okay, fine.
Darjeeling sounds like a nice pet name, doesn't it?
Darjeeling.
Because
It
it's
could
similar
be my
to
drag
Darling.
name. If I did a drag,
You'd go Darjeeling.
Darjeeling, yeah.
Darjeeling.
How important is pronunciation?
I think it's quite important because then people know what you mean.
But they still know he's saying etiquette when he says etiquette.
Yes, true. But some people might find that an unpleasant sound. I don't. I think it's gorgeous. But some people might find it unpleasant.
How do you know all the words then? So, like, what I mean by that, but like, yeah, but what I mean by that,
All of them.
like, sometimes, like, I've got to like 28. I'm 31 now, but like 28, 29, and someone's finally come to me and gone, "It's not odds law, it's sod's law," like that. And I've gone, shit. I've been saying that. Oh, what do you used to say about the eye? Do you remember?
Oh, no, I said nip it in the butt.
Yeah, he thought it was nip it in the butt.
I thought it was nip it in the butt until I was about 21.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is a different
Okay.
way to handle an argument.
Yeah.
But so, well, how do you know the right things to say always? Or is there something that you've said wrong for a while?
Oh, yes. There are things I've said wrong. So, you know, this is, I mean, Gen Z listening will not know what we need. You know, a fax machine?
Yeah.
Yes, like we used to have those.
Yeah.
Fax is an abbreviation for facsimile,
Okay.
which for years, I mean, what a fool I was. I used to pronounce as faxismile. So there's that. I mean, it's an everyday word.
It's like when people do, what is it, superbly.
Superbly.
And hyperbole.
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 I was thinking of
Yeah.
Super Bowl. There we go, point proven. But hyperbole, some people would say, and then
Chiefs are gonna win
hyperbole.
the Superbly this year. Do you ever use any slang words?
I used to say the word slippy. And slippy is not a word, it's slippery. If you look in the dictionary, there is no such word as slippy. It is slippery.
And that's a slang word for you.
Yes, so I used to, if I'd say slippy, I'd go, oh, it's a bit slippy. No, and I have to stop myself and go, I mean slippery, I'm very sorry. And continue. And I sort of finesse that out of my vocabulary.